Hey everybody, this is Lance with the Ride Lance, and today let's take the all-new Puckipuppy Poodle out for its rider experience ride. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's go right this time. We are out on the Puckipuppy Poodle. Guess you could call this a commuter cruiser e-bike. It's a step through, and it has a pretty comfortable riding position, very adjustable. Let me get on the trail here real quick. Yeah, very adjustable. It's got an adjustable stem. It's got the swept back bars. Now these swept back bars, I know lately on my videos I've been complaining about some of these bars being too swept back. This one feels just about right. Pretty much my wrists are still pretty straight, so I'm not getting that awkward twist. I got the stem adjusted up some. I'm in a nice relaxed riding position. Arms are bent. They're not stretching and reaching. And it's got a decent comfort seat, a DDK comfort seat, pretty wide. But again, we'll see after a couple miles how that seat's feeling. Now, this is a cadence sensor bike. So all I got to do is just rotate the pedals, and I get the power from the motor. Now let's see real quick if PAS levels dictate the speed of the cadence. So let's slow down here and let's just pedal a little. Okay, and I'm just rotating the pedals now. I'm not putting any pressure on that chain. And it's got me cruising at 7 miles an hour. PAS 2. I'm just going to do the same thing with the legs. I'm going to barely move them, just enough to keep the cadence sensor activated. And we're cruising at 11 miles an hour. PAS 3. A little more kick into it. Looks like we're going to cruise at 15. PAS 4. We got a sharp turn coming up. But hey, let's go down the dirt trail here. See, we can also see how the front forks do. But we got, for PAS 4, looks like we're going to hit 17 miles an hour. So that means PAS 5 is going to get us to that 20. Let's see. Let me give it. Let's see if I can. Is it going to cut off at 20? Yeah, it's going to cut off at 20. See if I have enough room here. Let's see what it does under throttle only, if it's going to take us past 20. 10, 14, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, we ran out of room. We'll try again on the pavement, but this is going to be a 28 mile an hour bike on throttle only, 20 mile an hour bike with pedal assist. So let's check out this front suspension. So let's see how this front suspension feels on this rough stuff. So yeah, the front forks are doing decent on this. We'll see if it really smooths it out a lot more, because these are, like the other ones coming out, they're really supple. So they're soaking up stuff to make it a comfortable ride. And this is shaping up to be a very comfortable cruiser. So let's get back on the regular asphalt bike path here. Let's back it down to PAS 2. There we go. If I get into PAS2, gear 5 on flat ground, that's a nice cruising gear. You still, even though it's cadence, you can feel that you're putting pressure on the pedals, so you're getting some exercise. I'm cruising just under 12 miles an hour. So this looks like it would be my preferred cruising gears for this bike. Now back to the comfort of this bike. I am upright. Again, my preferred riding position on all bikes. Sitting upright, not stretching too far with the arms. These grips, not wearing gloves today. Still a hot day, but these grips have these like little channels in them that help direct airflow through and under your palm. So that's good. But I imagine on a really, really hot day, you're gonna sweat no matter what. But yeah, I like the front suspension's doing good. They sure have improved their front suspension on the street bikes, the commuter bikes. Let's do a little throttle here. Huh. I am in PAS2, right? Yeah, PAS2. Oh, that's right. So, throttle overrides everything. Gives you all the power, no matter what PAS level you're in. But if you're pedaling, like we'll do here, the PAS levels will dictate, and it'll keep you cruising like right now, 11 miles an hour. And again, I'm going to stop just up here in a little while and give you a whole overview of the bike. But again, this is a top mount battery on a step through. So it makes it much nicer if you're pulling the battery out, to get the battery out instead of going underneath, front tire being in the way, having to move the wheel to get it out of the way, always pinching your fingers. So I like the top mounts on step throughs. Now the screen, the display screen is typical Puckipuppy. It is a color screen. I have the brightness set on high, but with my sunglasses on, I have polarized sunglasses, I can still see it, but it's dim. I still think Puckipuppy needs to do something about their displays, get them brighter, mount them in the landscape position, and maybe make that screen a bit bigger, because it is pretty compact. Now it is a 750 watt motor, and you do hear it. It's not overwhelmingly loud, but you could probably hear it on the audio. You can hear it wind up. But it's not something that's going to scare people. Not that loud. And it does have the 2.5 inch tires, street tires. That keeps the noise down. You don't get that knobby noise. And when we get around into some flat ground, we'll try maneuverability, the zigzag test. See if we can get any frame flex or any strange wobbles. Now, does this come with electronic bell? Oh yeah, electronic bell. And again, I would announce yourself verbally instead of using these electronic horns. They will scare people if you're too close and they're just very unaware of anybody coming up behind them. And the color on this, I have the gray. It's like a matte finish. A lot of companies, e-bike companies, seem to be going to the more of the matte finish type instead of glossy. I still like both, but this is pretty cool looking. Almost reminds me of that navy gray. But overall, I mean, we're gonna do the zigzag test, but overall, it seems pretty responsive to your input without feeling like you're gonna slide out. So the tires do feel pretty solid on the ground. But again, I'll get up to the point where I could do the harder zigzag. Let's back her down a little. Now this does have a 7-speed Shimano shifter. It is a thumb shifter, and it comes with a tourney derailleur. And it shifts good. It shifts pretty quick, not much delay. It feels like everything was adjusted perfect from the factory. We'll also go down here and do the hill climb with throttle only. I have a feeling this is going to do just fine on it, but we'll do it anyways. Speaking of battery, are we down any bars yet? Okay, I got to get in the shade to see. No, we're still full bars. And so far, no unusual pains anywhere. The seat is feeling good. Arms are feeling good. Not much, well, no, I don't feel any strain on the back at all. So for right now, I feel like they've done a really good job of making a bike where the rider positions are very adjustable to get the rider position you want, which seems to be the common theme now with most commuter cruiser bikes, which is a good thing. That means they've been listening to people. And somebody's just watched what other companies do and see how people responded and changed, you know, just like corporations do, businesses do. Okay, let's do the zigzag test. Ready? Here we go. This is throttle only. And I didn't feel any frame flex. I didn't feel any wobbles. Let's see how it does. Yeah, we're doing good. Never ride without your hands, so I don't know why I'm showing you to do this, but there's no wobbles. Let's go down the trail here. Let's get to the hill climb area, and we'll do a throttle up the hill and see how it does, and then we'll find a spot to pull over and I can give you a better overview of the bike. Here's my neighbor. Okay, we're coming up to the hill climb. We're gonna do like we usually do. We're gonna start right here at the bottom. Throttle only. And see what happens. Ready? Here we go. Okay, we're at 15 miles an hour, still gaining. This is the easy grade of this hill, the easier slope. 19, are we gonna make it to 20? There's 20. Okay, so we are coming up to the first part of this section where it gets steeper right here. You might be able to hear the motor start to back off. Well, not back off, but strain. And now we're at the even steeper section. You definitely hear that thing straining. We're at 13 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour, 10. We're gonna make it, but it's gonna be pretty slow. 9.5 miles an hour at the top. Now for stopping power, this comes with Logan hydraulic disc brakes on 180 millimeter rotors. And they feel pretty solid. Let's go back down to the trail over here. And we're gonna find ourselves a place to give you an overview of the bike. Okay, there it is, the Puckipuppy Poodle commuter cruiser e-bike. You pick what you want it for, commuter or cruising or both. But there it is. Looks like I got a little dirt on it from my feet, nothing big. But you see that color. It's like a gray matte, reminds me of Navy ships. But it is suspension, and like I said, they've gotten a lot better. Like the commuter cruiser e-bikes with the thinner tires, they've gotten a lot better suspension. I mean, you can see how thick that stanchion is now. It just makes it for just a nice smoother ride on the pavement, on the trail like that. Really nice. Now, cadence sensor comes with a turny derailleur. Up top here you have a 7-speed thumb shifter. Got your throttle right there. It is on the right side. I prefer the right side over the left side. But on the left side you have your control panel, your horn button right there, your display, and an adjustable stem, and these swept back bars. I think they've got a pretty nice sweep going on here. And again, up front you have Logan hydraulic disc brakes on 180 millimeter rotors. You've got a front light, and you've got a brake light in the back. It's got a 750 watt motor here. I'll have to put the peak power up on the screen here. I forget what it was, but it does the job. Of course, it comes with plastic fenders. This is the DDK comfort seat. Now, I've had this same seat on some of the other Puckipuppies, and after so many miles, they seem to start squeaking like the plastic. This has done nothing. It's been quiet, so maybe they've redesigned something underneath. I don't know, but whatever they've done a good job. Okay, what else we got going on here? The grips. These are locking grips, and they lock on both sides. And you can see the channels I'm talking about here, where the breeze, the wind, the ventilation can come underneath and keep your hands cool. My hands haven't sweat today yet, and it's about 85 degrees out right now. The tires come with that nice reflective stripe around it for riding at night. But overall, so far, it is a really nice bike. Really nice bike. I have no complaints yet. And I don't know if I'm going to have any complaints. But they've done a pretty good job designing this one. One of the probably better Puckipuppies that I've ridden. But let's get back to the trail and give you my final thoughts. Well, for my initial ride, I think it's a fantastic bike. It's comfortable. It's easy to ride. It's easy to maneuver. There's no surprises in motor power, no sudden bursts of power that would scare you. You have to remember it is a cadence sensor. So if you're pulling a U-turn on a trail like this, don't start pedaling. Coast through it or get off and walk, because that cadence sensor could kick in with just the movement of the pedals and give you a problem. But other than that, I think that the fit, the finish, the quality of the build is there. I have nothing to complain about on this first ride. Everything has worked flawlessly. I hear no strange noises, rattles, or anything. The seat has stayed comfortable. It hasn't started to squeak at all. I have no pressure points anywhere. And just the overall riding position that I've gotten this adjusted to is really nice. It's outstanding, actually. But who do I think this bike is best for? Anybody and everybody. I think the older crowd will appreciate this. The step through, it's an easy step through. Power delivery is pretty smooth. Minimal setup. Once you get it into your preferred riding position, it's basically a set it and forget it type of thing. And it's a fairly quiet bike. You do hear the motor wind up, but it's not overwhelmingly loud. So I think it's going to fit a wide variety of people, most people, especially those who just want a bike to cruise on a trail like this. They want a bike to go down the street and see their friends, take a quick trip. Hey, Squirrely Bob. Take a quick trip to the grocery store, get some milk, get something to drink, get some food, whatever. This is a great bike for that. It's got the rack on the back. It's also got mounts. You want to put a mount or a rack on the front and have a basket on the front. It is, don't know what I was looking for there. I don't see any places to mount a water bottle holder though. But if you have a rack in the bag or a rack in a basket in the front, there's a place to store something to drink. But the brakes work great. Throttle's on the right side, love that. And the throttle is pretty responsive without being overwhelmingly powerful. My only one complaint, I guess there is one, the screen. Screen could be bigger. Would prefer it to be more mounted landscape style, but would prefer it more to be much more brighter than it is. Because almost everybody wears sunglasses when they ride, or regular, prescription glasses. And you want to see what's going on that screen. But other than that, I think it's a pretty decent bike. And if you're interested into it, of course, I'll have a link in the description. There'll be a discount code there if you want to go ahead and buy it to get at least some money off. But at least, use that link to go to the Puckipuppy website and do the research yourself. See more of the specs on this bike. But for now, got the bike pointed towards home. So that, you know what that means? It means you have a great day, great ride, great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thumbs up.